Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stump back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the 15-star Super Boss event with the 10.5 anniversary characters. So if you summoned and pulled Roger the Gaban, Big Mom Katakuri, and Kaido and King, this video is for you. Hopefully you guys can do a bit of damage, but just be mindful if you have those characters, the damage is very skewed. Like, there's a lot of artificial difficulty, a lot of bullshit mechanics, and this Super Boss is going to be like any other for the bad reasons. This is going to be very, very low damage compared to what we're used to, so just be mindful if you don't have these characters. Don't stress, because like, even the people who do have the characters, we're not going to be doing much damage anyway. But I do understand it's quite deflating when this happens. Let Bandai know in the comment section below that we do not stand for this. We do not want this moving forward. Don't give us crazy damage-dealing characters and then gate us behind artificial difficulty on top of gating behind the damage cap as well. It's just weird that damage caps still exist and they make it harder to hit that. Look, news to me, but if they want to make less money, that's up to them. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, make the like button, hit the subscribe button, do that good stuff. Let's dive in. Super Boss time! Alright, let's start it off with the Dex variation. Team looks like this. I did make a little bit of a change. I did slap on the Uta support for a little bit of extra chain boosting shenanigans. Sabo support for some defense up. That Brook support, you see right there, to freely change slots, is very important to the final stage. And then I have Vivi to give Toki, Momo, and Hiyori a magic orb on the final stage. Some stats on Roger Gaban. That's the team, those supports. Let's dive on in. Woo! This Super Boss is gonna suck, guys. I'm just telling you, this Super Boss is not good! It's not good! Not good at all. Even the 10-star sucks, man. Like, it's so bad. But, look, on turn 1, we are going to want to use our Odin and Toki special first. Very, very important that you guys actually utilize the Odin and Toki special first on your Zoro Sanji and your Luffy. Very important you do that, otherwise you're going to be in for a really, really bad time. What we're actually going to do on this particular stage as well, we're actually going to switch with Zoro and Sanji. That way we actually get rid of the tandem orbs. Look, it actually doesn't matter all that much, but like, you just really don't need the tandem orbs later down the line. So it's just going to be more damage now, I suppose. So that's always fun. So once you've done that, you've added your Toki ability to your Zoro Sanji and your Luffy. You can basically move on to turn 2. You get to spared on this particular stage, but Verse Shanks takes care of that very nicely. As you can see, we have a bunch of slasher characters, so that's going to work out in our favor. Once we're on this particular stage, we're going to switch with Roger Gaban. They're going to become our captain now. After the spares is gone, Verse Shanks has done his job. We can then use the Roger Gaban special to remove the, what's it called? The pain. And then we get their super type, which we're not going to use. And then we can remove the damage reduction with the Shanks special. Shanks is going to give us 3 turns of color affinity, so we can carry that into the next stage. And then we can use the Zoro Sanji special as well. Zoro Sanji is going to turn everyone into free spreads and slashes. And that's going to be very important for Verse Shanks as well as Verse Luffy. Once we've done that, we can basically just kill this stage. Say wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. See you later, and move into the final stage. Now, as you guys saw, we super swapped with Zoro Sanji on turn 1. Now, the reason I actually did that is so I can actually switch with them on this particular stage, and I can get some tandem orbs. Now, Odin and Toki are going to get a... Sorry, not Odin, Toki. Hiyori, Momo, and Toki are getting that strength orb, and that's the one that I want to give to Roger Gaban. We're going to use their final tap. So very important that we actually get that. Ideally, I wanted to get an int orb. So like Odin and Hiyori. Oh my god, what's her name? Toki. So Toki sitting hard, but alas, this is what we're left with. We want to use the EX of Shanks first. That's going to remove the intimidation. So now we can freely use our conditional buffs very nicely. We can use the super class of Roger Gaban. Unfortunately, we have to stay as the Roger Gaban captain. It is what it is. We can use the ship special too because Shanks is a beast. We have the verse ability of Verse Shanks to give us base stats as well as a weakening effect. We have the verse ability of Luffy. I should have swapped with these guys first. That way I would have increased that little 1.5, but look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter all that much. We can then use Shanks to allow us to apply double conditional buffs. He gives us the weakening condition, and then Uta gives us a tiny little chain boost. Not that it's a massive chain boost, but it's a tiny one. And then we can use Luffy, finish it off with good old Luffers, to give us a conditional buff, increase the conditional buff, and then you are getting the increased chain boundary. With this, look, we've got damage, but nothing for what we're used to. We're going to rush with Shanks, hit into our Verse Shanks, and then we're going to finish it off with the, what's it called? I'm going to final tap with Roger Gaban because I feel like they're going to do more damage, but I'll test it later with Shanks and see what happens, being my Verse Shanks because he's level 5. Oops, I stuffed that up. Okay, well, we're going to use the Super Tandem now. So you want to hit with Vershank's second because we need to break that defense up, so that's something to know. But as you can see, even with the defense up, Toki is still hitting for over 1 billion damage. Removing that defense up means Toki's probably going to hit a little bit harder. Then you have the final type of Roger Gaban. Like, we're not looking at like hundreds of billions of damage here. Like, it just, unfortunately, it is what it is. But at least it's something. Alright, so moving on to the... What variation is this? This is the strength variation, right? Yeah, the strength variation now. We are utilizing Blackbeard with Kaido King and Big Mom category. This one's probably arguably harder just because they obviously want you to run 2 anniversary exclusive rather than like Roger Ray the Gaban just on that other team. But at the end of the day, look, it is what it is. I'm going to try and remember how to do this because like with all these captain shifts, it's going to get pretty nutty out here. Like, it's going to be pretty full on. So we're going to get all of our cooldowns there. That's going to be quite nice. We love that. Thank you very much. Blackbeard gets all his shenaniganry, and then we can basically just tap through this first stage. If I believe that's correct, I believe that's correct. On turn 2, we do want to switch into Big Mom. We're going to get binded, but the Lafitte support's going to take care of that. We are going to, like I said, we're going to switch into Big Mom here. We can also use the versatility of Blackbeard. I'm pretty confident we can use the versatility of Blackbeard here. So we'll do that. You don't need that Zora support, actually, so definitely use that. Then we can use the... Oh, you're going to give... Interesting. I feel like I was meant to switch with you first. So that way I get Semler slots. See how I got unlucky with that there with the Semler orb? I believe I'm going to need 2 Semler slots, which means that Big Mom's going to need a Semler slot. Give me one sec. Alright, so let's try this again. Now, the idea here is to switch into Big Mom category first, because they're going to give the middle row Semler orbs, and they're obviously going to give themselves a Semler slot, right? So now we have 2 Semler orbs to break through the barrier. We can then use the versatility of Blackbeard, who's going to give us some matching orbs. He still does the 6% HP cut. Shark Superb kicks in now, and then we're going to use the Smoothie special. Smoothie gives us 3 turns of color affinity. That's basically just going to help us take down this particular stage. And Big Mom is going to increase it because we have Smoothie on the team, so that works out quite nicely. Let's do this. Bink, bonk, bonk. Sweet. Now we don't need the Semler orbs. We obviously have the recovery bind. We're going to not have to worry about blow away thanks to Big Mom. That's always a fun time. And then we can move into this particular stage here. So we get the attack down if we're below a certain chain, or if we're above a certain chain. Very annoying stuff. We get 6% HP cut, and then we get attack down. Stereotypically, Blackbeard would take care of the attack down, but we have to be Big Mom, so that kind of sucks. What we're going to do here first, I believe we want to have like low HP for Kaido and King. We want effects on the enemy for Big Mom. So let's use the Blackbeard special first. That's going to give us an attack boost and a base attack boost. I don't imagine there's any issues doing that. We can then use Big Mom category. That gives us a orb buff. Fortunately, they're not going to increase it. Oh, we probably should have used Jack first. Now that I'm looking at this, we probably should have used Jack first just to get some more effects going. And that way we could have got a bit higher with Big Mom. We're going to activate the Big Mom super type. Then we can disable the captain swap. That's going to give us the damage reduction buff for their final tap. We're then going to use the swap of Alba and Kaido and switch into Captain. That's going to give us the conditional buff. As you can see with Kaido and Alba, you really want to make sure you have a Wano orb on one of them. So even starting as Kaido and switching into Alba on turn 1 might be more of a play. So that way you can guarantee a Wano orb. You really need to make sure you have a Wano orb on Kaido and King. Once you do all of this and you use the Kaido King special, you're going to give yourself the chain multiplicative buff. And once that happens, it triggers this interrupt. Now, the interrupt gives you bind, despair, and paralysis on your captains. But because you're Alba and you're Alba Kaido, you actually don't have to worry about it. So we can switch with this one here. We can do the same thing with this particular character. Now, we have the chain boundary, as well as Blackbeard's chain boost. We can use the super class as well. No, I don't want to switch captains. Because I need to apply the Ignite ability for the conditional buff. Unless, like, the friend captain gets a 1 orb, you can then switch back into Blackbeard. Or, actually... Hold up. Holy shit, I forgot to hit record. I am such a drongo. Basically, damn, that's so annoying. Basically, I just tapped after what you guys just saw. Ideally, you want to have Blackbeard as captain so you get the HP guard off, and then that way you are going to, you're going to be able to use the rush. But look, I killed. I did plenty of damage there. Basically, just where I sort of left it off is was a bit of a misplay. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, bell like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's